Hello friends, and welcome to Getting in the Habit of Reading Books with myself, Mrs. Nkumbani, and my friend, what's
Musa.
your name again? Musa. How are you, Musa?
I'm fine.
I'm also fine. Today we are at Pumlani Project. We are visiting the kids that love to reading and they want to just promote reading. It's so fun. We are so happy to be here. So Musa, I see you have a book there. You chose a book.
Yes.
What book is that? And are you gonna read for us?
Yes. The title of the story is Boy You Care.
Oh, Boy You Can. Okay.
Yes.
Would you like to read for us?
Yes.
Okay.
Chapter
awesome.
1 says, Be you.
Okay.
Be yourself. Everyone else is already taken. Oscar. Whether you were born in wedlock or out of wedlock, or your mother was raped and you were convinced, or your father went and bought soap after your birth, it does not matter. What matters is you are on this earth, and there is a reason why you were born. Nobody is a mistake. Humans make mistakes, not God. You are created for a purpose, and you are perfect and complete in His image. What is inside of us is what makes us. Character is what makes you us. The way we make people feel is what counts. What counts. The way we make our family, mother and father, brother, sister, grandfather and grandmother, our teachers, our leaders, our friends and strangers feel that is who we are. There is no one else that looks like you, acts like you, speaks like you, and smiles like you. David the psalmist says, God knit me together in my mother's womb. Meaning it was a process in which God took His time putting together every one of your features. Even the ones you dislike or wish you never had, like your flat nose, big forehead, or short and stubby fingers. When God was forming you, He was well aware of all your imperfections. He gave you unique features and was proud to make one creation that will never look exactly like any other. You are a masterpiece, a true tapestry of art from the master himself, evident in your thumbprint, totally unique. You will have some physical remembrance of your parents and relatives, but no one will ever compare how unique you are. Just know that you are unique and special. You are the original. You are not a copy of someone else. Imagine how the world would be if we were all taller, light-skinned, and petite or a bit chubby. Imagine if all of us had high cheekbones, blue eyes, and blonde hair, or if all people in the world were short and had brown eyes and short curly hair. Imagine if someone had the same looking physical features. Diversity is the spice of life and makes life every interesting. Life will be very boring and monotonous, and without a healthy dose of diversity. Can you just imagine imagine the frustration of trying to find your friend in a crowd. Look at nature. The hills, the mountains, and the trees are all different. I want to announce to you today that you are fearfully and wonderfully made. The sooner you believe that as a young man is the sooner you will learn to thrive and excel in all areas of your life. Continue to have confidence and believe in your individuality and never allow yourself to be boxed by our surroundings. You are beautiful beyond a shadow of a doubt. Appreciate your uniqueness and celebrate it. That is what we have been given by our Creator. You are very beautiful. Can you just for a moment celebrate your perfect imperfect imperfections? Take your time to define yourself and true meaning of the word beautiful. It pains me as mother to see young men frustrated by trying to conform to the standards of the world about what true beautiful is. How do boys reconcile and accept that they are also beautiful? The answer is quite simple. By knowing that they were made in God's image. Magazines and social media have spread a very false and unrealistic standard of beauty. This is the stable plan of the enemy to affect your morale as young boys. The enemy is trying to copy your mind with useless standards and beauty so that you are preoccupied with unattainable goals of beauty that will leave you demoralized and frustrated. I pray that you escape this trap and continue to trust that God never makes a mistake. Your pants do not have to sag like it about to fall off. You do not need that earring to look cool. You do not have to have tattoos all over your body to make the wrong statements to look cool. You don't have to wear a specific brand to be a man. Just be you and let God be your brand. Chapter 2. Know your strength. Strength in a man is not about the size of your muscles when you hit poverty. Your pectoral muscles will become larger. Do not worry yourself about these changes. All boys can show off their muscles, but always remember muscles do not define your strength. Remember what happened with Samson in the Bible. God created him for a reason. This was God's instruction to his parents. You shall have a son, and when he grows up, he will begin to have Israel from the hand of the Philistines. Your son must never drink any wine or a strong drink as long as he lives. His hair must be allowed to grow long and must never be cut. For there shall be a Nazarite and under a vow to the Lord. During Samson's time, when a child was given especially to God, or when a man gave himself to someone work for God, he was forbidden to drink wine. As a sign and symbol of this commitment, his hair was left to grow long while the vow of promise to God was upon him. Such a person as this was called a Nazarite a word which means one who has a vow. And Noah's child was the Nazareth and under a vow for as long as he lived. The child was born and was named Samson. He grew up to become a strongest man alive on earth. Samson was no general like Gideon or Jephthah. Jephthah. He was in no position to call out his people and lead them in war. Never tell us he didn't search to set his phone free. But he did all of that by his own strength. When Samson became a young man, he went down to Timnah in the land of the Philistines. There he was a young Philistine woman whom he loved and wished to have as his wife. His father and mother were not pleased that he should marry among the enemies of his people. They didn't know that God would make this image the means of bringing harm upon the Philistines and of helping the Israelites. As Samson was going down to Timnah to see his young woman, an hungry lion became out of the mountain, roaring and charging towards him. Samson seized the lion and torn it into pieces as easily as another man would have killed a little kid of the goat. And then went on his way. He made his visit and became home, but said nothing to anyone about the lion. After some time, Samson went again to Timnah for his marriage with the Philistine woman. On his way, he stopped to look at the dead lion, and on its body he found a swarm of bees and honey which they had made. He took some of the honey and ate it as he walked, but told no one of it. Samson lost himself in process. He forgot who gave him his strength. As young men, we sometimes want to depend on our own strength. Isaiah 40 verse 31 says, "But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. Your bed may not have been pronounced with angels, but on your arrival, you also have a purpose and destiny. The longest path you can take is the one that belongs to someone else. Something on his journey of life where delay discovering of destiny became we move with crowds and find ourselves using our strength for the wrong purpose, just like Samson. Read your Bible, get to know God and believe in his love for you, and no one on earth will be able to hurt you with words. No one wants to openly admit vulnerability or weakness towards something, just to make you feel a little bit better. Peer pressure does not begin in teenagehood. There are a lot of adults that struggle with peer pressure. They measure themselves up according to the people's successes and mostly their material possessions. Adults compete with each other about their marriages, possessions, which school their children go to, the car the car they drive, the church they attend, their family vacations, and basically anything and everything think is worth breaking bragging about. So there is always a standard that society sets, and somehow because a majority conforms to this standard, so by default they become the norm.